What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wo Baza with Signs Entertainment. It's been a minute, but we back, and we're talking about something that everyone wants to talk about or listen to: compatibility. You in your 20s, you in your 30s, dating is a prominent part of your life, and there's a lot that goes into it. But let's talk about the person that you're interested in, the person that's interested in you, and maybe just you yourself and who you should be interested in. But anyway, today we're gonna talk about Taurus and Pisces. Should have been a drum roll. But anyway, if you ask a lot of people, they'll tell you that this is a match made in heaven. They'll tell you that, these people are just made for each other. This is one of the best symbolic situations you can possibly be a part of. And just like everything else, I think there's remnants of truth in that, right? But the thing is, like I always try to say, if you go back in my videos and look at it, there's so much more to us than just our sun sign that doesn't really matter, right? And I'm not saying like you should lead a video because it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is like the effort that you yourself and that your potential partner puts into a situation is ultimately going to determine the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much more to us. Like if you want to talk about our moon sign, which is kind of like more an indication of our emotional nature, our instincts. If you want to talk about our Venus sign, which is how we are in relationships, romantic and platonic, right? As a man, it's typically like the type of woman you're attracted to, and as a woman, it's like how you attract a man. Or our rising sign, which is a big indication of who we are, like to people when they first meet us, kind of like the mask we put on, not that it's fake, but just like how we carry ourselves in environments and how we kind of live out our lives as our sun sign. And so, like, I know we could talk more about maybe like the Venus, the moon, and the rising sign in other videos, but let's focus on the sun sign, right? So this is sun to sun compatibility. If you guys have this in your moon signs or your Venus signs or your rising signs, then you can be compatible there. You can kind of compare then. But like, for the most part, we talking about that sun baby, that shiny thing in the sky. All right, but anyway, all seriousness, like, this can work, right? Let's talk about the signs. Let's break them down a little bit. Taurus is a fixed earth sign. And a fixed sign is an individual who is more headstrong in their own belief. They're more stuck in their ways than other signs. And just like everything else, it can have pros and cons to it. But these people, like, they are pretty stern about what they feel, what they believe in, and a lot of times how they're going to go about things. In an earth sign, if you know, earth is like somewhat the most foundational element. Like these are probably the more structured, more practical beings. These people kind of like may focus on the present world we live in to an extent and how to make the most there, right? And a Pisces is a mutable water sign. The mutable modality essentially means that these people are pretty much opposite of fixed signs. They're more flexible, more subject to change. They actually require and desire more variability and flexibility in their lives than a fixed sign. And a water sign, if you're not mistaken, they're known to be more of the emotional element. And once again, pros and cons with that. They're more in tune with their emotions, more expressive, more understanding of their feelings, but also potentially more responsive and reactive with their emotions opposed to fully using logic or thinking it through as much, But then again, like I said, there's so many other factors that this person might have a Pisces as their sun sign, but then may have all air in their chart or all fire or all earth. And that somewhat significantly changes what this person may be prone to do, right? But let's talk about the core characteristics of Pisces and Taurus. Taurus is, one that's spring energy. And, it's a bull. This is somebody hard-headed, potentially, someone who likes to do things their way, someone who likes to focus on what they focus on and have balance in life. A lot of Tauruses I know are big on being happy and being okay and honestly like having their own peace, whether that's literally just grazing and sitting in the grass, maybe a lot of picnics, or that's like, if they're more focused on work, like, they just want to be at peace and kind of like do things the way they do. They're not really the most explorative individuals. You know what I mean? They can be, But in general, they're like, they just want to be good. They want to take care of what they need to take care of and enjoy themselves. They're ruled similarly with Libra, which is a cardinal air sign, but they're ruled by Venus. So they do care about love, affection, romance, and they're for the most part going to be probably like maybe polite people. Like I said, depending on other aspects, maybe not, but they're also going to be the type of people you don't really want to play with either, because I don't know if you're familiar with the Matador, but like if provoked, they come charging, they really do. But if not provoked or unprovoked, they're pretty much chill, in my experiences. And then Pisces, right? Pisces is the sign out of all the signs in the zodiac that probably, they're the most empathetic. They will really take on other people's problems on the same level or even on a higher level than their own. In a sense, they might even go looking for struggles so they can find a way to help cope or deal with it, or like they feel more immersed in what they do. What I realized, and a lot of people may not even acknowledge this, but a lot of Pisces I know are entrepreneurs, and even if they're not, it's really hard for them to be involved in the career field or whatever they're doing in their lives that they don't have passion about, right? Because for them, the outlook is very different. It's very unique, Yeah. Pisces really don't know how to not have passion and empathy and sympathy and love. I mean, at the same time, I'm not necessarily saying that they're weak at all, but, they might get weak in the knees for somebody that they really care about, because they take on what that person is going through. They take on that struggle. They take on that joy, take on that happiness. So usually their jobs or lives are filled with passion, and then also maybe even helping others, right? Like I always talk about Aquarians who are like the fake humanitarians, because they really are happy people and they want the best, but they may not do the work themselves. Pisces will do the work. Not only will Pisces do the work, Pisces might do all the work. Like they might be like, you know what? I know this is your project. I know this is your business. I know this is your company, but like really it's ours. Because I love children. I love animals. I love cats, and like they need help. And who are we to not help them? Right? That's kind of Piscean energy. And like I said, depending on other placements, it may not be as strong. It may not be as prevalent, but that's a big part of who Pisces are. If you have a Pisces friend, ask them or just look into what they do, and I bet it's something that means something to their heart. They, I feel, are the least likely people to just go get a check. Like, they might go get a check, but they'll work to get the check that they want. If they do have a love or they just really enjoy money, they're going to work hard in what they believe in order to get that success or to get that financial freedom. So, and one of the reasons that people say that these individuals really work is because, like I said, Tauruses can be romantic, can be pretty affectionate. They're big on physical touch, for the most part, and they believe in balance, making decisions. And if you know anything about Pisces, a lot of these things are not characteristics of Pisces. So it's a pretty good balance, right? A Pisces in a Taurus can find someone who can help them make decisions, someone who stands on what they believe in, so that if the Pisces does involve themselves so much in this person's life, that they understand it's not in vain or it's not for play. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll feel comfortable with that because they'll feel taken care of. Because Taurus, like I said, that bull chasing that matador, like, or if you mess with a baby bull, a calf, I'm not sure what they're called, but like you got it coming for you. And Pisces, like I said, because they're so open and so free and so giving, I don't know if I've said that, but Pisces are big givers. That's a beautiful thing. That's like, you're not going to take advantage of me. You're going to love me or show me love, give me love. And I can trust that if I give my energy to you, it won't go in vain. It won't be for no reason. I mean, it's a thing. It really is a thing. And, that's the truth. And, another thing about Taurus is that, you see what I'm saying? I'm talking so much truth, stuff just falling. But like, You know what I'm saying? When the Pisces meet the Taurus, I keep on falling. Like, it's a thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really is a thing, all seriousness, because like I mentioned, these are people who somewhat their differences are more like, you know, are more, what's the word I'm looking for? Their differences are their differences within their individual characteristics help them agree on things in unity in real life. You know what I'm saying? So like for example, a Taurus is maybe like they're interested in happiness and peace, and a Tauruses are givers too. They are lovers. You know, they might be more rigid and more strict, more structured, more practical in their thinking, but they essentially do want love. They want someone that they can hold and be with and spend time with and enjoy and give. Taurus are huge pleasers. If you did not know, now you know. But like Tauruses love, like they love receiving, but I think with Tauruses, right, if they can't give as much as they receive, no matter what they're receiving, they may not be as satisfied, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Any Leos in the building? Y'all like, what the hell? But nah, all seriousness, like Tauruses are known for giving. Like they may not be as interested if they, you know, if they can't give as much as they get, believe it or not, because for them, like I said, they want to find peace. They want to find comfort. They want to find happiness. They also want to find affection. And a Pisces, I think, may be a good match for that because Pisces are constantly like involved in different things because they're so open and they give and they embrace more than any other sign. So you can see how like the symbolism of what these two signs represent, like it just makes sense, you know, and match together, honestly. Like, you know, I'm making Pisces seem like super, super sweethearts, and this might differ depending on, like I said, other signs in their chart, and if they're a male or female, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a male, I could speak personally, like, you know, for females as far as interest, and I'm sure a female can do the same. But in general, like, Pisces are givers, they're lovers, and I don't want to say they aren't thinkers, but they're feelers. You know, they feel more, they feel very strongly. And even though they're mutable and they can be very empathetic, like they also can be thrown in a lot of directions because like they may be unsure if whatever they're given isn't reciprocated, you know? So like even though they really love and they're really big on like sharing and being unified, like if they don't feel that, they may be drawn to another situation that they feel, you know, might be giving them that. So like, I'm not trying to say that they're the ultimate sweethearts because really, you know, every sign is different. And like I said, depending on other factors, you know, it's really hard to say that. But as far as an individual who you know is going to be passionate about whatever they believe in, who's going to care about you to an extent that you've never felt before, or maybe even more than you care about yourself, even in a short time being, a Pisces might be the sign for you. You know, the Taurus, depending on other factors in their chart, might feel like this person is a little too emotional. This person might be a little too involved. This person might not want to give me as much space as I need. And that might be very true because Pisces, you might hear Pisces say something like, I want to live in your skin. That might scare a lot of signs. Like an Aquarian might be like, whoa, buddy. I am experiencing my skin from a from a third eye point of view looking out. So I don't even know what that means for myself. So that might be too much for me. A Taurus, let's say they got some Aquarian in their chart. They may feel the same way, maybe, maybe not. But ultimately, like, these two signs really, really can work it out. And like I said, it's more about the effort and the relationship ethic, I like to say, that you put in is what you get out. If you think about everything in life, right, it's balance. Like the reason that I personally don't worry about things and why I think maybe you or whoever shouldn't is because like, you know, if you living in your truth and doing the best you can, like most things are going to work out. It might not work out in a quick fashion. It may not work out in the manner in which you thought it was going to work out. But if you're giving something your all, it usually will. And I think these are two signs who don't really fake the funk too much. And I think that might be the biggest compatibility thing for them. Like, honestly, like a Taurus is going to be like, steady in what they want to do and how they feel, and it may not ring the bell for everybody, right? But you know that this person is going to do at least what they say they're going to do, or at least try to, and if they don't, they're going to feel bad for it and try to make up for it. A Pisces will be there. If you need them, they will be there. I mean, they may have some strong Gemini placements in their chart, and so they may not be there all the time, but here, I said they'll ride. You know what I'm saying? I kind of whispered a little bit because I was getting into my Piscean element, even though they can be very loud too, so don't quote me. But all seriousness though, like, this is a couple that really does have potential just based off of these characteristics alone, right? And Taurus typically is big on bread. And if you're not sure what I mean, they mean like, they usually care about money, like, because they're big on living in this world that we're currently in, like the physical world, and they want to make the most of that. Where the Pisces might be more meta, they might be thinking more about like what the feel, more like a fantasy world, but that balance that the Taurus brings might help ground or level that Pisces, and then they might be in beautiful bliss on this real planet we live on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they have, I can't think of this big C word I'm trying to use. It's not compromise. It's not comprehensive, but it's something like that. I can't think of it right now. But, you know, they have characteristics that really can match, is my whole point, you know? And I think this couple has the potential for success. A little secret. I think almost any couple has the potential for success. Some may be more prone to mistakes and hiccups more than others, but the truth is, if you really love somebody, if you really want somebody, if you really have genuine interest and you are okay with being yourself and being open, like, I think most relationships can work, right? But like them specifically, like the Taurus might be really focused on work, right? They're trying to get to the money. They're trying to get to the money, man. And if the Pisces like agrees with what this person does for work, they may even help. They may even drop what they're doing and go support this person's business and become like what this, you know, I don't know about the CFO, but the COO, depending on like if they can be pretty analytical or pretty like, you know, organized, or just maybe even the brand ambassador, like to give off that energy for the business, you know, or just a support person for their partner. Like, you know, a Taurus will go crazy for that. They'll be like, yo, you helping me make money? You helping me make money? Girl, I love you. All seriousness though, like that might be a huge thing. The Taurus might not feel like they're in competition with their partner, which they may feel from another partner, like potentially maybe like an Aries, no offense, like, you know what I'm saying? And maybe not, but like just more likely than a Pisces, right? So it's like the Taurus will feel that support, and if you can help aid them in making the most and finding comfort and peace in this physical world we live in, your Taurus gonna love on you. You might come home to roses on the bed every night with a foot massage and whatever else y'all freaks like to get into. Nasty. But all seriousness though, like for real, it might be a thing. And then for the Pisces, right? Like, because the Pisces in their own way is also gonna be very serious about what they do. When I say they can't help their passion, like I don't know a Pisces who personally who's involved in something that they don't feel with their heart and feel with their soul. You know, you might even hear them talking like this about breakfast. And they're like, well, just build a bed and breakfast for Valentine's Day or something, because like this is crazy. But all seriousness, if they feel supported by their Taurus, if they feel like the Taurus is actually like giving them the freedom to be themselves and to flourish in what they feel, especially if they're supporting them maybe financially, and like you're there for me, like, cause spending 8 hours talking about what I really care about can be pretty tiring. And I'm not even being sarcastic. Public speaking is not the easiest thing. Or let's just say it's not even in public. Let's say you're a blogger. Let's say whatever you do is giving out what you feel like is your dream, is your purpose for being here. If the Taurus can help you support your purpose, not make you feel judged about it, and also like help you make decisions in order to be able to do that more, because it might not even be the money that's keeping you going. It might be the fact that like you may be able to reach a bigger audience of people to express yourself. You may be able to get to new places that'll help you like tell your story more. And if the Taurus can help do that in more than one way, it's a wrap. Cut. The film's over. It's love. The end. Happy ending. We ride into the sunset. All of that. You know what I mean? So like, this couple has the potential to do really good things. I think where this couple could fail is like I said, if the Taurus considers the Pisces over emotional, or the Pisces feels like the Taurus is focusing more on maybe what makes them happy than what makes them happy as a unit, like that could be pretty detrimental, really in any situation. But like I said, these two people like are going to focus on what they focus on in their own ways. But like if a Pisces feels either limited or feels, Pisces kind of get hurt a lot, right? I mean, they may not dwell on it because, that spirit will just carry them somewhere else where they just drift with the wind, where Taurus is like, nah, I'm not feeling this, boom, boom, boom. So like, if they don't meet, if they're not on the same page, if they can't really find common ground that they both can give each other and please each other with, then this is just destruction. It won't be good. It won't be fun, and they won't be happy. And there's a lot of signs who talk about happiness, but if a Taurus isn't happy, a Taurus probably isn't going to be there. If a Pisces isn't happy, they may not know it, but they're not there anyway. They are somewhere else trying to figure out how they can be able to live this dream or fantasy that they've put in their heads, or that they really feel within their souls that they need to accomplish. And if they not meeting eye to eye, like it won't be a thing, For the most part, I think Tauruses can be direct if they need to be, especially if it's something that affects them within a relationship. So I think they may be even vocal about it, where the Pisces may try to fight a little bit more for it, even if it's not working, even if it's wrong. But, like I said, Tauruses are big on pleasing and giving. So like, this isn't the person who would necessarily try to harm or hurt your feelings, depending on other factors. But like, so you might get let down easily. And then a Taurus, like if you really feeling your Pisces and then you get let down, like, I don't know, it might actually even be harder for you to recover than the Pisces, because the Pisces is one, either used to it or like it was something that they felt and they felt like they can't control it. Where the Taurus is kind of like more focused. Like even if it's art that they focus on, they put all their energy into it, and you can't tell them that they won't be successful in that, because that's just not their mindset. So it might even be harder for them to bounce back to a relationship, but you know what I'm saying? But they won't be in something that allows them to not be happy, And yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of other things that can happen, but like I said, this is just the sun sign, right? This is in the sun sign, if I haven't indicated earlier, is like, it's how we see ourselves. It's like how we plan to live out our lives. And like if somebody asks you a question, you process it and you express how you do in this situation, you're speaking from your sun sign. You're speaking from who you want to be and who you live your life to be. You know what I'm saying? Instinctually, you might say something different because, that's not your moon sign, unless your moon is in one of these signs as well. And if you're double Taurus, you are pretty set in what you feel and believe, and you act on that, and you probably don't sugarcoat things too much. Doesn't mean you're rude, but you just don't. And if you're a double Pisces, your Taurus might be good for you, because you might need to be brought down to earth a little bit, and not even in a negative way, but if you're happy being up there, kind of being everywhere you need to be, so be it. Who's someone to tell you you're not? But like, maybe go and find yourself a Taurus. And Taurus, go find yourself a Pisces. Let's see if this is right. Let's see if I'm right. Let me know how y'all feel. Like, what's good? Are you dating one? Let me know. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? But in all seriousness, this is what I got for Pisces and Taurus. In all seriousness, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, and let me know what you think, because I love to listen to other people. And both these signs actually love to listen. Like I said, to what level depends on a lot more, but listen to each other. Listen to your heart. All right, but y'all be blessed. Keep it easy. Peace.